We're rolling. We're live.
We're good? Nice and sharp?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Hey there, my name is Tate.
Okay. Stop.
And for the last 6 years, I've been talking to people in the world of YouTube poop.
Well, real quick before we start, do you have a way that you can record your own video and audio?
You know, I don't know. Let me look. Would like to access camera.
Trying to understand where it came from, what it was, and where it is today.
All right, well, I'm ready whenever you are.
I'm dying to tell you why I'm in love with this YouTube poop.
YouTube poop.
YouTube poops.
YouTube poop.
YouTube poop.
YouTube poop.
YouTube poop.
Do you know what YouTube poop is?
No idea.
How would you describe what a YouTube poop is?
Oh. Oh no. You've asked everyone this, haven't you?
I don't think I can.
It's hard to describe it in English, but I will try.
It's kind of hard to describe. It really is just random nonsense.
Completely and totally bewildering.
Shapes and flashy colors.
YouTube poop.
But it is a video.
Yeah, it's definitely a video. It's some kind of video. I don't know. I had been making them since 2007 and I don't really know. I don't know. They're weird.
What is YouTube poop in general, or what is it to me?
Probably is different depending on who you ask.
If you ask a million different poopers, you're gonna get a million different answers.
The concept of what people think of YouTube poop as a whole has evolved.
It's an attempt to take something and turn it into something else.
It's reappropriation.
Such a weird thing to try and describe it. It's essentially just like a weird
Video art subculture.
Language and a culture all on its own.
these jokes that like you just wouldn't hear anywhere else.
A YouTube poop is like a weird amalgamation of like stuff.
When you take some sort of source and do weird things to it. I think at its core.
It's a wide range of emotions for me. It is definitely something that has its ups and downs, and I can't put into words.
This all sounds so dumb when you put it into like just normal language. It's almost like YouTube poop can't be defined.
It can't. I don't think it can.
What is YouTube poop?
I guess, like, Oxford Dictionary definition would be like...
This genre of video remixing.
Where you take a source video of, could be a movie, a TV show,
Random cartoons and such.
commercial, whatever.
And you just remix it into a very bizarre,
anarchic and takes it out of context.
Very innovative audiovisual practice that is specifically digital.
Of taking what has existed and making something new out of it.
Take their words and edit them around, which is known as sentence mixing, so you can make them say different things.
You can distort it, you can change it.
You add some visual effects, you add some audio effects.
It's related to collage, bricolage.
Collage. It's bricolage.
It's like a weird collage or something.
These guys were doing stuff and having ideas 10 years ahead of where everybody else was.
It also depends on like how far back you're going. Like YouTube poops nowadays are insane. You can do basically anything you want with it.
It's honestly anything you want to make it to be.
So it is everything.
For the uninitiated, let's go ahead and show you guys your first YouTube poop. Sorry, that's somebody else's YouTube poop, which is just the last 2 seconds clipped off of another person's YouTube poop. Not a good example. Let me go ahead and show you a more quintessential example of YouTube poop. This fits that description, except it's 21 seconds long as opposed to the normal 3 to 5 minutes.
Mama? Mama Luigi? No, Yoshi! That's my brother, Mario! Mama? Mama Luigi?
I hate this channel.
Do you remember the first YouTube poop you watched?
A long time ago.
8 or 9 years old at the time.
I was still relatively new to the internet as a whole, so seeing something like this definitely, just caught me off guard.
It's 2009, and I'm in my parents' computer room.
Maybe 7 years ago. Or 10 maybe.
I'm scrolling through YouTube looking at SpongeBob videos, and this video pops in the recommended.
I don't remember exactly. I think it featured SpongeBob. I'm almost sure it featured SpongeBob.
Good chance it did, especially in 2008.
A very good chance. As part of my research, I just watched everything online all the time.
The earliest ones I remember were the Tyrannosaurus Island and Volcano George Volvic commercials, which were when I was like 16 or 17 and I was just starting to get into YouTube poop. Those were on normal TV like all the time.
This poop was about the Russian program named Kultura. In this video were the masks of Russian traditional YTP sauces: Опасный поцик, Dangerous Kid, и повар, the cook kid.
I searched the phrase giant enemy crab, and one of the results I came onto was a YouTube poop.
I used to look up like a bunch of websites that would pertain to gaming and things that I found interesting. Literally type like Mario. Like what happens if I type Mario on a YouTube site?
We submitted these videos essentially with titles that were inaccurate, but were so kind of weird. Someone searching for the Sonic cartoon would still come across these videos. And that was kind of the point back then.
You were already a part of the Harry Potter community. Is that how you found this initially? And
I found it initially when I was just starting on YouTube.
Tail, Steps, and Gum. Where did you see it uploaded?
I think the British, UK founded Sonic forum called the Sonic Stadium.
Take that pile of shit out with you.
There's something a little bit different from this clip of SpongeBob here. I'd seen videos before where people dub over SpongeBob, and I'd seen people do censor bleeps, but this content was a whole nother level, because what they did was they actually took the native audio from the original scene and they spliced it in a way where it sounded like the characters themselves are saying curse words. And as a 9-year-old kid, it's the most mind-blowing thing in the world. Completely hilarious. I probably watched this video like 50 times after the first time I saw it, just like within the same month.
I remember me sitting in my bed, and when I was watching that video, I was laughing my ass so hard that I almost choked myself.
It was when I found that video, it was so different, it was hilarious, I had to stop it several times to control myself.
I've never seen a video that was quite like it. It just, I don't know, it got to me, it cracked me up.
Seeing my first YouTube poops and seeing the dialogue re-edited to make them swear and stuff, I thought was so funny when I was a teenager. And the people taking this kind of built by committee advert that's there to sell a product and just turning it into this complete other thing that really doesn't have any purpose at all other than to exist and be funny was kind of, I don't know, like inspiring to me in a way.
And I was in love with the whole thing before it was officially given the title of YouTube Poop.
Honestly, I just found it funny. Like, I just thought it was fun.
Because it was funny. It was funny.
Can you tell me where it all started? Where the first video you remember seeing that was YTP?
Right. It's funny. It was by SuperYoshi, and the video is titled "Luigi is Racist."
But it's like, I can't remember who made it. I think it must have been either SuperYoshi or RetroJape.
Yoshi's Sexual Adventure XXX by a user called Eaton. But I remember seeing videos from like SuperYoshi, Duke of Fortune Man, and others that were mainly Super Mario World related or Super Mario Bros. Super Show related.
Probably the ones like The Price is Rice, Pawn Stars.
I think it might have been a Jeff Lindblom video. It was called What is Spaghetti?
It would have been one of Durham Rocker Z's King of the Hill poops.
The first one I really remember was Dinner Blaster.
I was in middle school and I found, like, somebody showed me CS188 and my brain went like, wow, wait, this isn't just this guy doing this. This is other people doing it as well.
Learned that this is a whole thing that people do, edit random videos, just random sound effects, loud noises, lots of visual effects, visual noise. I found it pretty fascinating, still in the early days of YouTube.
That was kind of the beginning down the YouTube poop wormhole.
Do you know the first YouTube poop that you watched?
Yes, the first YouTube poop, as far as I know, it is, I would say, He's Hot on Our Tail by SuperYoshi.
We got the internet, my family, back in the late 90s. I want to say like around 97. That's when we got our first home computer with AOL. Back before 2004, you know, the usual stuff that like kids my age would have done on the internet back then. I guess it was just kind of the cultural zeitgeist at the time on the internet was just that, oh, it's so random. That makes it funny. That was just what we did as kids back then. We would make like awful Flash cartoons and just mess around in Sound Recorder. And it was just one of those like, you know, subverting expectations was funny.
What was the first one that you showed your friends?
The first one I showed my friends was I'd say he's hot on her tail. That's kind of how this whole started. I would take one little clip that I thought was funny, in which case with hot on her tail, it was Luigi screaming, whoa, I'd say he's hot on her tail. And I would just kind of repeat that ad nauseum with random other clips spliced throughout, to the point where it wasn't funny anymore, but I thought it was funny because it wasn't funny. I showed my friends that, and at the time it was just kind of like a one-off thing. They found it funny, we found it funny, and then we just kind of forgot about it. That Christmas 2004, Retro Jape...
Joe.
Yeah, Joe. I was over his house. Christmas 2004, he got the Mega Man Anniversary Collection on PS2. And we played that a ton for the next couple of months. If you have the PS2 version of Mega Man Anniversary Collection, it has the first episode of Mega Man as a bonus feature. Joe had told me, I just watched this Mega Man cartoon. There's this really, really funny part where Proto Man does this sort of pelvic thrust thing. And then he told me, like, do you remember that video you made of the Mario cartoon? Like, what if we made one of Mega Man? And I'm like, that's a great idea. We screwed it all up in Windows Movie Maker, and essentially that Mega Man video is both of us. It's, I would say the first half is me, the second half is Joe. Without that, the whole thing would have just been a one-off. I probably never would have bothered again.
You didn't have any prior editing experience, I'm assuming.
Oh God, no, yeah.
I didn't have any experience before. I would just kind of find the software and play with it until I made something out of it that seemed presentable.
Pretty much had no video editing experience. I just sort of learned off the fly.
I assume you were, using the parents' computer with Windows Movie Maker?
Yeah, I was doing that, and I was like using Flash, a couple years before.
At the time, I was just using Windows Movie Maker, the most basic out of every software ever.
Every kid had their Windows Movie Maker readily available on their fingertips.
Windows Movie Maker was put together with staples and paper clips and used gum, so doing whatever you could with it was always a challenge. And actually, I think that appealed to me. Like probably a lot of kids who were into this stuff, I was a bit of a geek.
I was just always a kid that was on my computer a lot. For all of this, I used to hunt on old websites and forums.
I've always been tinkering with computers. I guess moving on to video editing or creative stuff that you can do on a computer was just kind of a natural progression for me in that sense.
7 or 8 into Let's Players, and then Newgrounds was 9 or 10, YTP probably 11, YTP and V probably 12. Then I started making YTP as a 13-year-old.
And eventually I get Sony Vegas, which is still what I use today. And it's weird, it's like stuff used for professionals, and I'm in 6th grade trying to figure out what all these buttons do. How do I flip the video in the canvas? That was something that took me a year to figure out.
When I started my channel back in 2011, I was so technologically inept that that the only way I understood how to make a video was to plug in this crappy USB camera, and YouTube had this feature where you could record videos and it just record one thing in one cut. Awful.
Just had a tiny little bit of experience because I was making some Super Mario 64 emulator videos, with unregistered hypercam. I had to put them together in Movie Maker, so that was the videos I was making before I started YouTube Poop. It was just Game Shark code videos, just really simple stuff.
I always wanted to make videos. I started out life on YouTube as a wannabe Mario 64 machinist.
First, I was really into Let's Play. I really wanted to be a Let's Player. My very first videos that I did on YouTube was a walkthrough of a game I had never played. I recorded it through Virtual Boy and everything as an 8-year-old and uploaded it to YouTube as a full-ass .avi.
I'm sure without me, YouTube Poop would have been created. I'm sure things would be different in some way. There'd probably be less emphasis on video game cartoons. But, there's prime evidence that YouTube Poop, the style of it, would exist in some way.
Before 2006, a lot of YouTube Poop style videos tended to be hosted on private servers or internet websites.
Early internet, there were examples of YouTube Poop editing. What are some of the historic examples from 100 years prior?
Let's kind of start from the beginning, from, the sort of the creation of absurdist comedy, but also just off the wall editing. Explosion of a motor car. It's just this silent trick film, that sort of anarchic feeling, well, this is not really what you're expecting, just cranking the dark humor up a lot.
Yeah.
You're seeing body parts fly onto the road.
The point was to shock the audience.
Yeah, but also to, like, part of it was to troll, but also part of it was to make the audience laugh. Jump ahead at least 40 years later, and you get Maya Deren. She's big into experimental video editing for the sake of communicating an emotion as opposed to, like communicating a direct narrative. The editing in this does tend to be a lot more abstracted, a lot more, I don't want to necessarily say mimetic, but just the idea that everything can be just taken either out of context or just given this sort of relatively surrealistic slash Dadaist quality in order to present a world that's a lot more just abstracted. Take, for example, like, when she ends up trying to, like, climb up the stairs. She's focusing primarily on her, like, the emotion of everything. Just very abstracted, given this very, almost, like, dreamlike quality to it. There's a sequence in Head, it's the Monkeys movie. I'm trying to, like, actually find, the actual, oh, okay. Pretty much any point from this film could actually be used as an example of YouTube poop style editing. So let's take, for example, Daddy's Song. Pay close attention to Davy Jones's outfit and the backdrop in the, film. It's going to just constantly cross-cut, and close to the end of the song, it does intensify a lot. There's a little bit of a drug party. It initially starts out like a standard, like, gathering. But you do notice that you have all this increasingly surreal imagery, and then, like, you start seeing the image getting screwed around with. Like, initially it's just, like, standard edits like that, where it's, like, very fast-paced editing to communicate the intensity of the party or the music. But you also have these, like, very, like, brief edits that just happen for, like, half a second. That sort of almost seizure-style edit that you saw there reminds me a lot of like, tennis editing. This is something that's actually a lot more audio specific, very similar to, like, the stuff that you would see in sentence mixing or in the way that, like, sources are arranged and rearranged. It's a track from Negative Land's Escape from Noise. It's called Yellow, Black, and Rectangular.
Yellow and black and yellow and black and rectangular.
Rectangular, yes. And what else?
Well, yellow and black and rectangular.
Rectangular, yes. What else?
Well, a lot of this was actually done on on tape. The actual tape editor for Negative Land, Don Joyce, would actually edit, audio recordings. He would splice them. He would cut them and splice them just by razor. He would often tend to sync it up with an original instrumental piece.
Very Windows Movie Maker way of making music, huh?
It's edited in a very disjointed way. It reminds me a lot of the similar, like, psychedelic, like, radio comedy of the Firesign Theater.
Nick Danger, Third Eye.
I want to order a pizza to go and no anchovies.
No anchovies? You've got the wrong man. I spell my name, Danger.
What?
Albeit, like, with this way more disorienting feel, like, putting somebody, like, in the mindset of somebody that actually has, like, intense paranoia.
Have you seen Frank Film?
This is Frank Film. It's the story of my life from the beginning 71, up to the present and 70 into the future 69 of 68. Perhaps considering the speed of it, I should call it Fast Frank Film 65. Basically, 64, what it is that I've been saving images for the past 5 or 6 years. All the things 60, that appeal to me 59, because I like them, 58, and sometimes 57, I like them just because they 56, look nice, and other times 55, I like them because 54, they mean something special 53, to me.
Well, Joe Dante also has something kind of like that, where he would actually just combine a whole bunch of movie trailers and clips into something that he called the movie orgy.
I also love this one from Todd Graham. Winnie the Pooh edited with the audio from Apocalypse Now.
I was going to the worst place in the world, and I didn't even know it yet. Weeks away and hundreds of miles up a river that snaked through the war like a main circuit cable.
This scene is the Martin Sheen scene where he's in his room drunk and he cuts himself. Any others you wanna talk about?
We would actually have to go to Animutations.
Ah, I had them on here too. Nice.
It taps into that like low random humor that you found a lot on the internet. Gets Neil Cicierega dicking around in Flash, like when he's 18 years old. Taking elements from pretty much anywhere else, just recontextualizing everything that, you know, Neil has kind of encountered, like, you know, throughout his early adolescence. And of course, if you're gonna talk about that, you know, the sort of attitude, like in YouTube Poop, you would have to talk about Strawberry Clock. He was this guy that did a whole bunch of super low quality Flash animations, but everybody would just kind of crack up laughing. Like, for example, this is something that he made, and it's just, well, the letter B. I think a bit like, you know, when Wacky Deli shows the jar of mayonnaise for 30 minutes. It's just the letter B for the entire runtime. Going back to audio editing, it's National Lampoon deciding to basically sentence mix a whole bunch of Richard Nixon stuff.
The end justifies the means. Two wrongs make a right. I should come first, and this nation second.
What if he just came out and said it?
This reminds me of one of my favorite ones I found is Superfly meets Shaft.
I have several witnesses here with me. Sir, when was the last time you saw Superfly? It was the 3rd of September. And you, sir, can you describe the suit Superfly was wearing? Red, yellow, black, white, and brown.
Oh, Dickie Goodman, I think, yeah, isn't he the guy that did the saucer?
We interrupt this record to bring you a special bulletin. The reports of a flying saucer hovering over the city have been confirmed. The flying saucers are real.
They call them break-in records, where somebody interviews somebody, and they and like a snippet of a song plays after that. You know, the snippet of the song is supposed to be the answer.
The gentleman with the guitar, what would you do, sir? Take a walk down the street. Thank you.
This is incredible. I'm upset I didn't find this earlier.
There's one that Albert Brooks did.
Yeah, you wrote about this one, right?
It's called Party from Outer Space.
Oh my goodness, look over there, it's the great Al Jolson.
Don't bother me now.
Why not, Al?
I'm having lunch.
So you are. Looks good, too.
The whole gag of it is that he couldn't license any of the songs, so he had to get some people to record their own songs. Breaking Elms, the copyrights for those are absolute hell to go through.
Also, a great parallel to YouTube Poop.
Oh, yeah, remembering the old Colgate Wars.
I did editing that's intentionally bad, and I did stuff that visually looks like YouTube Poop. Favorite example, Daffy Duck sabotages this guy's film.
With its inventor at the controls, the mystery plane roars down the runway, and he's off. He's off. He's off.
But I've loved finding ones that are from established sources, like that's a Disney cartoon you can watch on Disney Plus.
We are too alien for you. We are too
strange
for you.
Everyone knows that frozen peas are as fresh as the moment the pod went pop. But what about frozen meat? Is that as fresh as the moment the cow went?
I need it. Bad. I need it. All night. And Mama loves her baby. I'm completely naked under this, and I'm hot for you, Kelsey.
Oh, the 70s show sentence mix actually reminds me of the rock bottom segment from The Simpsons.
Somebody had to take the babysitter home. Then I noticed she was sitting on her sweet can. I grabbed her sweet can. Oh, just thinking about her can. I just wish I had her sweet can.
Because of Wacky Deli, I started looking for examples where the YouTube poop aspect of the film is like in media res. Another one I found from the first season of Power Rangers.
Just finished editing it. There are a few glitches, but nothing to worry about. I have no class.
Take your seats now.
That, Miss Apple can't teach.
You've heard of cult tunes?
Maybe 100 different traps set around here. Freeze!
Wait, did I see a superpowered being kill Gary Coleman?
My freeze vapor didn't stop him.
Maybe my gravity powers will help to hold that thing while Meteor Man and Vapor Man try to finish it off.
What you talking about?
The Scooby-Doo Project.
Shaggy, what are you doing in the corner?
I'm scared, man! Like scared!
Oh yeah, you wouldn't even see anything like Space Ghost Coast to Coast nowadays.
Do a B flat.
Yeah, there's always been, like, this interest in just witnessing, like, film media just getting out of control. Just, yeah, everything just starts falling apart on one another.
Ever since, like, film was made, there was always some urge that some humans had to just fuck it up. I think every single, like, generation had a group of people going, I want to see them say this, but over and over again, or I want them to say this sentence instead of this sentence. There's always an urge to, like, put footage in your own context. YouTube poop has, like, given that more of a name. Since back then, it was just seen as, like, an experimental film.
What could have been your inspirations for editing those videos that you did back in 04 and 05?
There's a very specific episode of Rocko's Modern Life called Wacky Deli. Probably premiered when I was like 5 or 6.
Whenever anybody talks about the third season, the show they often bring up the most is Wacky Deli.
Characters are essentially given a $20 budget to make a cartoon.
We were going to make a film that Ralph Baker thinks is awful, but the executives think it's great. We had to make it both awful and good at the same time.
I am the cheese!
The cartoon is so poorly done and so poorly edited. Voice lines keep repeating over and over again.
I am the cheese!
So insane, off-the-wall style of humor that I just had never seen before then.
Over the years, at different points, who has influenced you the most?
To begin with, it was like Walrus Guy, Deeper Cut, Crobo, those kind of folks who were making a lot of the like really popular things.
Definitely like defaulted to a lot of the more popular channels, Walrus Guy, Deeper Cut.
Crobo, Deeper Cut.
I like Duke of Fortune, man. I liked his stuff. I liked a little bit of SuperYoshi.
Retrotype, SuperYoshi.
Seductive Baz, Jazz Dance for Children, Steg Blob, Mayades.
I mean, there is the legend, of course, Walrus Guy.
And of course, I remember Walrus Guy. Everybody remembers him.
Walrus Guy was the person that got me into sentence mixing, which was kind of a thing that I started doing a lot, and it became kind of like my thing.
My number one is the Rumchum, because he is the guy that got me into the YTP world. His sense of humor is kind of similar to me.
Probably the one that I watched the longest, which was the kind of the start, Encore Enterprises LLC.
Was number one on my list, was funny enough, number one. All his videos make me like cry laughing. Imp Lemon.
Mr. Simon, I remember him. Make mangoes and Commander Gwonam. He was like the one I was kind of aspiring to, You mentioned Rice Snot earlier. I always thought his stuff was really unique and interesting.
I've always admired I'm a Person.
I implore you, pick
make up an I'm a person video.
Who is like not my style at all, like the complete mess and noise, like I was never really good at. But that was the kind of thing I wish I was able to do. Some of I'm a Person's poops are just like religious experiences. I still go back to some of the like 10-minute long ones and just like as a yearly tradition just go through some of them, and they're so dense that you can watch it so many times and have a kind of like different experience each time.
My biggest inspirations in YouTube poop were Squirrellis, Mayaids, Krobo Productions, I'm a Person, Commander Gwonam.
Giulamon, Mama Luigi Backwards was an influence, Krobo Productions, Deeper Cut.
Good old Boogity Boo was probably one of my bigger inspirations. Gaba-chan was an influence. Barney is Perverted was on there too. Cinematic CDI YTPs, like the story-based ones that I saw, that were just from a lot of different people.
You would get into a pooper and then you would get into that source through that pooper. So Stegblob was a big early one that I really admired, and that was my intro into the like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog poops.
I like Stegblob stuff.
I'd say my main inspirations pretty much the entire time, even before I kind of started getting into them, would be CS188, Da Things, Noise Puppet.
CS188 has definitely been a really big influence in what I do. Swish Films Inc., Gaba-chan, Noise Puppet, The Septic Foundry, Stuart K. Riley's YouTube Poops.
I should mention I Teach Vader, which probably everyone has, but is an inspiration still just for capturing that old Tomorrow Isle like Robotnik style poop and like the full music videos.
I influenced big people, so it's like kind of cool.
Who did you influence?
CS188, Paper King 99.
I watched the videos of CS 188. I like the content of Harry Costa.
Yoshi Maniac's work. That Ratatouille YTP made I died of laughter.
Yoshi Maniac, Bosch, blew up like in this past year, and it's these really short snippets of like animated films for the most part.
Grande, you got CADs. I really don't know what I was doing. I was just like doing it to do it. Like there was no goal.
Fury Nectamoon was the first Russian YouTube pooper that I definitely admired. I just copied his style and started to make my own Russian YouTube poops.
The thing that made me start is just simply that I could conceive of myself doing it. It seemed very accessible. It seemed like anyone could do this.
I think that was probably like within the first like week of me discovering YouTube poop that I tried making my own. Spaghetti! As a 12-year-old kid, you don't really have a sense of like quality control. You just kind of like see someone do something cool, and if you have the technical know-how to kind of like recreate that, even if it's very primitive, you know, I would at least go ahead and do it.
Downloaded the Mama Luigi episode from the Super Mario World cartoon. It was probably the worst YTP that ever existed.
The first video I made was one joke for 2 minutes, and it's really bad.
First YouTube poop I made was the Quebec Gamers rips of the Faces of Evil and Wand of Gamelon.
When I discovered YTP, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a shot. I resorted to using Ouija twice in the same context. That alone shows you like just where I was at that time.
I'll give that a shot, you know, I'll try this, see what would happen. Or I would just make it and watch it myself and think it was funny. I never thought to show it to anybody.
Those first 3 or 4 YTP videos that I made, I did not make them with the intention to upload them to YouTube. I made them just for myself and just to entertain my brothers and sisters.
Eventually I started making my own because my sister had a laptop. It had Windows Movie Maker on it.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I might as well try. I might as well try to do this thing. It seems like it's easy enough, and you know, my first few videos were pretty bad.
Richer. Squadala, we are richer.
So this was the first YouTube poop I uploaded to YouTube. It's pretty bad.
What you talk about? Playoffs? You kidding me?
This was in 2010. I was like 12 years old. And I thought like, man, I like these videos. They don't seem like it'll be that hard to make them.
A YouTube poop in 2008 or 2007, you didn't have to try. Repeat spaghetti over and over again, and that's like all you really have to do.
I just downloaded the Sony Vegas and started to make my own videos.
How did you learn how to make these videos?
I just make them. I made my first YTP, it was total shit, by the way. and the second one and the third one, and so my 5th YTP was rather good.
I was trying to put My Little Pony to that Darkening Dusk song from Toho, and I sent it to a YTP MV I looked up to at the time called Sketchy Scratch, and I was like, oh, this is my first YTP MV, what do you think of it? And then he went, this isn't really great, but I know how to make it better, and he sent me a cracked version of Sony Vegas, like over YouTube DMs back when that was still a thing.
You kids who's always wanted to try out Adobe Premiere, or you can't stand Vegas, I've got that up for download if you want that. Found an old MediaFire link lying around.
This was made on Cyberlink Power Director, which was just default editing software that came pre-installed on the new family computer.
Yes, we had a family computer. I had like my own folder, but everybody was nice enough to respect my privacy and not really look in there.
I was using the family computer to make all of that. I was pulling up Windows Movie Maker on a crappy Windows Vista. The thing about Vista is that when you try to incorporate all sorts of different elements, it would crash.
Made a deal with my dad. He bought me like a $500 HP pre-built, and I did a bunch of chores to pay for it. Once that was in my room, then all bets were off and I was free to make whatever bizarre nonsense I felt like.
I would migrate hard drives from computer to computer, like to the point where I literally... Here, let me... Actually, I think I still have it. Is this... Yep, this is it. This is the hard drive that YouTube Poop was born on. This is a compact 20 gigabyte hard drive from 2000. This is 2000.
I first got Sony Vegas Movie Studio. I think it was Movie Studio 9.
My first program was Camtasia Studio 7.
I didn't really start pooping a lot until I was at university because I had a lot of time to myself then. I'd been given a computer that I could use for uni work apparently, but I was mainly just sat on a very early copy of iMovie on a MacBook. It's the worst program ever made, and I don't know how I did that. I would never use it ever again.
I mean, the software that I started with, which I technically still use today, is iMovie on Apple. It's not the most advanced video editing tool. This is where I do most of the work.
This is the behind the scenes where everything happens. This is where I record most of my audio now. It looks super ghetto, but that's why it's only audio. Got my chair, got my mini table, and got the microphone. So I just bring the laptop in here and record away.
This is, as you said, where the magic happens, so to speak.
Wow. So now we're lucky enough to actually see one of his timelines in iMovie, how a video not yet released will look eventually.
This is iMovie. I've pretty much always been using this. For one thing, I already did a title for this video. It's going to be called
Your Wishes as Friends Into Oblivion.
This is mostly the unedited version because, again, I've been spending a lot of time just trying to get this video to work correctly. But this part, I'm gonna he says, now throw in your penny piglet. I'm gonna have him say, now throw in yourself, piglet, and he immediately throws himself in.
So this is the first joke. This is the only joke I've really worked on right now. The source is Ice Age.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
So that, wow. How much is in that?
Yeah, I'm showing the Jurassic Park clip, Dust, which I pulled from, everything I pulled from YouTube. Got the sound clips of Arnold from Batman and Robin. This is where I've left this joke. This is the foundation of my video.
You were like, I want to do Ice Age. Having seen Batman, you know there's a part where Mr. Freeze says Ice Age.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you decided by showing a dinosaur, I'm making his line literal, showing someone from the Ice Age killing a dinosaur in Jurassic Park. You had to have the knowledge of 3 movies, the knowledge of video editing to mask this out, and then you had to have the dust particles you got from YouTube. So there's a lot happening in this. How long is this? 6-second clip?
This is a 6-second clip. The thing about YouTube Poop is that you just need imagination. The technical comes second.
I'm making a YouTube Poop right now of Anthony Fantano, the needle drop. This is one where he's talking about Neil Cicierega's Mouth Dreams. So at one point he's talking about the opening track of that.
You've heard like in all of the old Yahoo commercials. Those yodels are stretched.
So I took that bit, and if you're familiar with Mouth Dreams, you know that that's like the opening track of the album. So I just took Anthony's version of it and made it into its own thing. like a mini YTP MV where it's the same concept, but instead it's Cal Truchesta.
This is very important.
No Taco Bells in Vancouver.
I don't like Taco Bell.
What's wrong with Taco Bell?
Taco Bell will make you take a poop.
But Taco Bell, run for the border. You've praised Taco Bell before.
Yeah, if you eat Taco Bell, it'll make you take a poop.
Wesley Willis.
So yeah, that's like, I see that and I'm like, yeah, I can do something with that.
Who are you?
Fuck you.
How's Taco Bell treating you?
Taco Bell. Storing kids just like smashing a horse's poop.
What do you think about that, Wesley Willis?
That's poop.
Poop.
You hear that part of the video and then you go, okay,
Yeah.
I need to use this over
Yeah,
and
there's like
over
one
again.
thing, and then sometimes I'll immediately come up with lines, and other times I won't. But like, I'll hear that, like, take a poop, and I'm like, okay, and how can I use this?
This is a video I made called All I Want to Beer. It is of Sheryl Crow's All I Want to Do. It is a music video, YouTube Poop, and you can kind of see it's got your typical like timeline fare up top, you know, with lots of different jumps between clips. There's parts where there's like pictures over top of it. But if we like zoom it out and scroll down, the unique thing about this one is I had the master track for the song. Because of this, as it goes, it never loses the beat. It's all one continuous kind of song because it has all those instrument layers underneath of the chopped up and messed up vocals. And I'm really happy with that. I'll play a little segment of it.
Then it takes the moon, then it takes the sun, then it takes everything that seems like fun. Down to his oversized fingers before cushioning them out. He's watching the bottles of butters they spit on the
Usually the timelines are a lot more straightforward, but sometimes I get something ambitious like this where I'm like, I could make the YouTube Poop happen, but only vocally, and have everything else underneath just be like normal and fluid and feel like a song. And it's got a little bit of that YTP MV flair in it a little bit, because I sort of pitch shift part of it at the end.
Yeah, you know? That fits in perfectly.
This woman named Tanya Weinberger, she's an animator. She made a lot of weird movies that I've made YouTube poops out of in the past few years. So here's one.
Hi, boys and girls, I'm Odoriferous, and I'm here to tell you that we can make the Earth a better place to live.
This obviously is weird, and nothing would really necessarily stand out. It's just like little things when I hear people in videos say words in a certain way.
Hi, boys and girls, and I'm here to tell you that we can make the Earth a better place to live. Ooh. Yes, we. So let's make a poop in your backyard.
A big thing is fun. If someone says fun, you can make the F word easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some other ones?
When people say like an it word, a really, you know, a certain like way, like it, and then like words like shut. When I hear the shh, I'm like, okay, that's a good one. And then I will look for like a I or an it and see if I can make shit. And then there's other words like penis, you know, or ass. Those are like easy words. Penis can be a little hard. Pun entirely not intended, but I'm gonna say it was intended.
I did make a couple YTPs during that era, and like they're fine, but they aren't at all up to snuff with like my other stuff I make.
Did you label them as YTPs?
Yes, I did.
Doggone thing always cocks out when you hello there.
That was pretty good right there. You had some early sentence mixing with the cock joke.
It gets worse.
Oh,
who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
I've got lots of
we saw an early appearance from the red eyes.
Yeah, like you can see like the building blocks, but it's just not there. It's just not there yet. I try my best with this one, but I just look at it and I can't look at it and be proud of it. I just look at it and go cringe. Dude, look at the gross masking around the face.
Yeah, look at that masking line.
Yeah, it's right in the middle right there. Ugh, no feathering. Ugh. This is made in 2017, but it has like 2011 energy to it.
Oh yeah. If you put this out in 2011, this would be hugely popular.
Every time I see this, I just picture myself like flipping skipping lunch during high school to make this.
What a splendid idea!
Oh yeah, I forgot they cook the baby.
I forgot they cook the baby.
My video editing teacher taught me like video editing for like making film and stuff. but like my meme skills, if you want to call them that, that was all just self-taught and still is self-taught. Like every now and then I'll look up like how to do something specific, but for the most part, I just do everything and just figure it out over time.